In the heart of Sophiatown, in the mid-1950s, where the streets are alive with the rhythm of jazz and the spirit of resilience, there was a young couple, Florence and Daniel, who tried to keep their love alive. They are a couple admired by many, a seamstress with an eye for the latest fashion trends and a saxophonist whose music can soothe any soul. Yet, beneath their stylish exteriors, they carry a heavy burden. Their marriage, though filled with love, is overshadowed by their inability to conceive a child. Florence spends her days sewing dresses that make women look beautiful. Meanwhile, her own insecurities about motherhood grow. She finds comfort in the vibrant Sophiatown nightlife, attending jazz performances where her husband often plays. The music momentarily drowns out the pain, and for a few hours, she can forget her sorrows and dances all night long. Daniel, on the other hand, immerses himself in his music, using it as an escape. The sorrow in his melodies reflects the growing distance between him and Florence. He loves her deeply, but the pressure to become a father begins to eat him away. He starts spending more time at the club, after hours, often drowning his frustrations in alcohol and late-night jam sessions with other musicians. Then there is Rose, Florence's best friend, and a star on the rise in the Sophiatown jazz scene. Rose is the epitome of confidence and independence, qualities that Florence admires. Yet, Rose harbors a secret. She has been involved in a clandestine affair with Daniel, born out of their shared pain and mutual love for music. One night, Florence, dressed in one of her finest creations, attends jazz nights. As Rose sings a heart-wrenching ballad, Song of a Broken Heart, Florence begins to piece together the truth. The lyrics mirror her own pain and the betrayal she has unknowingly lived through. It is in this moment that she realizes the full extent of the secrets that have been kept from her. One night, after another of Daniel's late-night gigs, Florence's silent suffering reaches a breaking point. She can no longer bear the thought of Rose, the woman she once considered a sister, sharing her husband's affection. In the stillness of the night, Florence makes a decision that will change everything. Florence waits until the early hours of the morning, when the town is quiet. She slips out of her home, her face expressionless as she walks to Rose's house. With a calm that belies the storm raging inside her, she lights a match and sets Rose's house on fire. The flames grow quickly, and Florence watches as the fire consumes the walls and the life inside. She does not stay to witness the end. She turns and walks away with a heavy heart, but her mind is numb. On the same day, the news spreads like wildfire. Rose, the beloved jazz singer, has perished in a tragic fire. Daniel is devastated, but even in his grief, he notices something different in Florence. Her silence is deeper and more distant. It isn't long before Daniel begins to suspect the truth. He retraces Florence's steps and uncovers evidence that points to her involvement in Rose's death. Confronting Florence at home, Daniel's voice is filled with disbelief and anger, but also with a sense of guilt. "How could you do this, Flo?" he demands, the weight of his own actions now bearing down on him. But Florence, her face devoid of emotion, simply looks at him and says, "I did what I had to. You gave me no choice." The days pass in a haze for Daniel. He is consumed by regret and the realization of what his infidelity has cost him. Then, one day, he returns home to find that Florence is gone. On their bed lies her wedding dress, charred and burnt around the edges, a haunting reminder of the life they once shared. Beside it is a note in Florence's handwriting. "Daniel, I loved you more than life itself, but you broke me in ways I can never repair. I stayed in silence, hoping you would see my pain, but you were too lost in your own world. Now it's too late. I can't stay here anymore. Not with these memories. Not with this pain. I've sold the shop. There's nothing left for me here. I hope you find peace in your music, for it's all you have left now. Goodbye, Flo. Daniel is left standing alone in the empty house, the echo of his saxophone a distant memory, and the love he once took for granted, now lost forever. The regret of his actions weighs heavily on him as he realizes the true cost of his betrayal.